All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live coding with Oddball. I'm Oddball, and I got it working. We left off the last episode with like 5 minutes more work needed to be done, but I had to go. But we got it working. Basically, you can see now if I add a widget here of the Widget Anything app, drag it in, add it, launches my configuration activity. So now I can choose, purple.com. Maybe make it a little bigger here. And it loaded the website. I think it's just a blank screen for some reason, probably because the capture area is wrong or something. Let's see why that is. Let's see what's happening. Oops. All right. Oh, okay. Well, I still there's some work needs to be done there. But it's showing some kind of image here. The trick was I was in the configure activity, you need to call, set result. Okay, oops. Because their example code calls canceled, sets the result to canceled when the activity starts, which screwed me up. So it was exiting without setting OK, but now we can set the result to OK. Apparently you also have to pass back the widget ID and then finish. So I just do that here once we schedule the snapshot and update the widget. Oh, so here also we update the widget with a loading screen so people know that it worked and it's just, it's going through the motions. So yeah, it's displaying this blank page. Cool, very cool. So what are we going to do now? That's a good question. Let me just commit the fixes I made here. Just made a couple fixes it was saving every snapshots to the same file because I hard coded the name. So I had to add the ID in there. And yeah, that's about it. Let's see here. Snapshot. A snapshot to unique file name. Alright, so now obviously a lot of things to clean up here. I took some shortcuts. So one thing we need to do is actually crop the image to just get the part of the website we want. So I actually have not using that. I think I added the UI to pick the region, but I'm not respecting it. So what we can do here in our home screen widget worker, in our web capture worker. So right now we save the bitmap. So probably we should capture, it captures here. I think capturing the entire thing first is fine. Alright, because it takes, actually we could just do some fancy canvas calls here and actually only draw the bits that we want, I think. Well, no, you kind of have to draw the whole thing. But what we can do is just add another bit in here. We'll add it to the web capture worker, why not? So we have saved bitmap. Let's do the crop bitmap part. Crop bitmap it, and we need the rect. So crop rect. Or you know, what if we did this in the widget itself? That would be interesting, but maybe that's the wrong place for it. Yeah, because then we'd have to do it in every single widget. We'll just do it here. Save only the part we want. Saves file space too. Great. Okay. So we need a crop rect here. And it's key rect. And this is going to be a string, and we're going to have to serialize it. Luckily, we already can do that with our fancy pal JSON. Yeah, we'll just let rect be null. No, we will not. Everything is required in this place here. All right. So we got our cropped rect here. Now we need to figure out where we're calling this. I think it's from the scheduler here, right? So we're going to put string crop rect. And this is snapshot bounds. Right, and we need to serialize that. So, right. Since it's Kotlin, I can just add a little fancy extension function called serialize. You know, this might be the time to use the Kotlin serialize library because it's pretty cool. But you know, since we already have JSON set up, it just doesn't make sense to do that. Where's our models here? Or where should we put this exactly? It's actually in the repo here. Right, we have this JSON builder. Probably just make a new good old utils package. Throw it in there. Actually, we just need a file. Rect utils? I don't know. Function utils? Sure. Okay, so we have a fun rect f dot serialize. And this we are going to create a JSON thingamajig. JSON builder. Create to JSON. Yes. Pretty easy. Never used. Now, how do you? Can you create a static? That's interesting. Can you create a static extension function? Kotlin static extension function. Does it work? You write an extension of the companion object. It's a Java class. So we don't have a companion. Okay. So static companion. Yeah, it doesn't work. Does this solve? No. 7 years ago. Created 7 years ago, updated 3 weeks ago. So I think they might still be having some issues here. Okay. So whatever, we'll just create a function direct_f deserialize. Or I guess we could create a string that deserialize to rect. That's really messed up, but okay. Serialize to rect f. Right. Oops. This should be equals. It's basically the same thing, just in reverse. Create from JSON this, and we pass in rectf class.java. I don't think we need that, do we? No, probably not. And it returns a rectf. Okay, very cool. Great job. Okay. Fun, kind of. This is really abusing extension functions. Should not do this. Okay, so we serialize here, and we get it in the worker. Dot deserialize direct f. It's super whack, but whatever. Okay, then we create our function here. Crop. This is not right. This is a bitmap, bro. Yes, and then rect f. We still don't know if it works or not. Right, so I think we're just gonna have to deal with this being a null. And that's fine. If crop rect equals null, return the same thing. Just don't do anything. Which is gonna cause us pain later when something, you know, bad happens, but okay. Okay. So right now we have return create single, or oh, we don't return anything. We emit. That's why create is kind of boring, right? Just is so much better. Yes, but why is this called it? Not. Now we map. Much better. Much easier. Turn snapshot. Or really it. Return it, bro. Cool. And then if it's not null, then we crop it, which usually results in you have to draw to canvas and all this business. Kind of annoying. Equals new bitmap. Wish there was just some like factory, some easy function that made this really easy. I'm sure there is, but don't know what it is. Does Bitmap Factory do it? Maybe? Does it have something cool, fancy thing? This is all just for loading bitmaps, basically. Files, etc. Yeah, that's some streams. That's not what we want. It's like, why isn't there just a crop function? Would be really cool. We have to do this all manually. Why do it manually when you can just search the internet? Alright, crop bitmap function. Kotlin. Okay, just show me the code, bro. Oh, you just create a bitmap from another bitmap and you give it the crop parts. Does not work if you want to slice crop areas particular out of bounds, huh? Interesting. Okay. So I guess they did figure this out. And it's just snapshot. And then we give it rect, crop rect, dot left, right. Be cool if you just pass it a rect. I don't think that'll work. Where are my public functions here? Don't know, whatever. Bitmap, and then we're going to just left, top, right, bottom, something like that. I think you have to int all of these. It still doesn't like it. Import, what? Yes, import. Fools! Why is it not letting me? Okay. What do we got here? Bitmap longs. Oh, bitmap.create bitmap, that's what it is. Create bitmap. And that should be what it is, I guess. X, Y, right bottom. Oh, width and height. Oops. So this is actually width, height. Yeah, I think that might work. And the problem is, as that other poster said, if your rect is smaller than the original bitmap for some reason, and if that's the case, then you're kind of screwed. So let's just say if crop rect dot width is greater than snapshot dot width. Intrinsic width? No, width, yeah. Or, you know, the height business as well. Then we also are going to return Let's give you the full thing, I guess. And yeah, I think we just return this. Don't need to do anything fancier. Well, lambdas. Okay. Very cool. Return this. Single bitmap. Blah blah de blam. Now for some reason this is complaining. Oh, I got a call. Hello? Would you like to tell me about my... Oh, I think she wants to tell me about my extended warranty on my car. Very exciting. I don't know why this is farting out here. Whatever. I think we just play this. Play it. Bana, play it. Play it. Yeah, see, it compiled anyway. No, it did not. It did not compile. It actually... Oh, flap map? Who types that? What a weirdo. Who would do that? Flap map. Should be called flap map anyway. That's way cooler. Flap map. Get a flapjack in your flap map. Oh, wow. I crashed the emulator or something. Okay. Interesting. And starting up again. Alright, well, let's commit this code because I know it works because I never make mistakes. I'll just throw this in here with my incredibly hacky extension functions. Snapshot, crop, snapshot. Crop it, croppity crop. Okay. Now we got some blank widgets here. Will our job scheduler load them up at some point? It's interesting that it doesn't just, I don't know, is it loading or has it tried to load this stuff or something? I'm like, oh, that's why. So we got update widget 6, 5, and 6, and 7. Uh-oh. Alright, well, supposedly it worked or something. But none of my widgets have updated. So that's fun. Oh. And they all are for the same snapshot ID, which is the wrong ID here. Oh, because they all use purple, I guess. Interesting. Oh, look, there it is. It updated. Very cool. So, yay, if you ever wanted a purple mattress ad on your home screen all of the time, like, use this app. Okay. And so we're probably going to want to add, like, some kind of scaly... Oh, wow. I just crashed my emulator again? This emulator is having some problems. Fun. Okay. Anyway, so that worked. It cropped, I think. It cropped. Now let's make this, so we need to still figure out, I know there was, let's see. So we got the crop working. That was easy. Got our emulator still starting up here. What should we do next? We've already got screenshotting working. Oh, you know what we could do is I never added a way to drag the corners to resize the crop area. That would probably be helpful. And then we can learn a little bit about compose while doing that. So I think that's the snapshot editor screen. And go down here. The problem is we're never going to be able to get to this until I fix the nav host, because I changed it to do this stuff for the URL picking. So somehow we're supposed to get the arguments here. I don't know how that works. Like, how do you get the, oh, so we have it, ID, no. So we get the arguments here, backstack arguments, get string to int or null. See, so our deep links right now are root, snapshots. It'd be great to have a like /pick here. I don't know how that works though. Would that still is a singular root? I don't think we can. We'll just add arguments. Snapshots list is picking arg pick. And we will do a Boolean, I guess. Default value is false. Let's go ahead and create this. Val pick. And so I think you can, is that part of the deep link? I don't know. That would be weird, I think, if you had to specify each query parameter you needed in your deep link. Let's hope not. Arguments. I don't think this is helpful either, really. This nav argument arg is pick. The type is a Boolean type. Something. Something like that? I don't know. I have no idea. Do we need a slash there? No, that seems bad. Have a slash. We'll see what happens here. Anyway, is pick equals this, and if it is pick, do this for now. We're giving you a default value. Oh, but we have this here. False. It's always give me false, please. And then else, we're going to do the old navigation. Now I'm pretty sure, I think this is really ugly. I hope this is not how they're expecting you to do your architecture. Like checking your routes inside. I don't know. But I don't know enough about Compose to argue. So we'll just go with that for now. We got our emulator here. We're gonna play it. Oh, we need to actually send this from the home screen widget. Figure activity somehow. Where is this? Right, we start. Oh, right. So this is. Oh, I didn't even give it any data. It worked anyway. So let's see. think we can actually construct a URI somehow from parts. There we go. From parts. So we have destinations, snapshot, editor dot. Oh no, we need URI scheme. Make it public, bring it in, and then snapshot editor dot root. Not quite. Oh, it's not snapshot editor, it's snapshots list. Yeah, see, this is really whack, but from parts, you can have fragment. Can we add things to it? Fragment. Can fragment be null? Oh, fragment is after this little hash thing. So scheme separator, and the fragment separator. So really, we would put in, and this is not great either, really. We have the root. Then we have this other part. Snapshots list dot arg is pig equals true. That's terrible. But whatever. Good enough for now. Alright, so now if we click something, we can edit it. Cool. Yet to be seen if the widget part works. Let's just see what happened with the purple thing. I want to see what the capture area is on this. Yeah, it's right here. So it is capturing something. That doesn't seem like the correct thing. I think it was capturing up here at first. Alright, anyway, we can at least get to our editor now. So let's commit this, even though it's probably wrong. Fix that later. Fix roots. Widget editor. Fix list screen to open editor unless picking. Kind of. Maybe that will work. Probably not. Alright. If you're confused what I did there, don't worry, it wasn't important. Alright, now we're at the fun part. We have this snapshotty thing, and we have this capture box. So here's, it's been a while since I wrote this, so let's check it out. So basically we have our snapshot renders here, renders our web view down here, and if we are snapshotting, then we draw this capture box with the bounds, and then when it changes we set the state to new bounds. So that's all pretty easy, right? So that allows us to drag things quite easily. Right? You drag this and it's just updating the state whenever you drag it. We can see that down here in capture box detect drag gestures. Basically, you just create a new rect. There's some weird shenanigans with DP and stuff here, and it took me a while to figure that out. Like, I think the canvas is rendering in pixels, but we need to convert to DP here for some reason. I don't remember why I did this, but yeah. So the canvas is drawing in pixels, so the canvas converts the rect to DP and then back to pixels. Oh no, the rect is in DP, so we just need to tell it, oh, this is a DP unit, now convert it to pixels. Kind of confusing syntax with these extension functions. Those can trip you up sometimes. So see, like, this converts a pixel value to DP, but this just casts it as a DP, so you can, it's like this number is a DP unit, and we want to manipulate it. So a little trickery going on there. Gotta watch out for. So anyway, when we drag the whole canvas, we just basically change the offset of the rect, the bounds, and we send it on up. But we also, and we draw the rect here, but we also have these corners, right? So I make a list of corners, like each corner of the rect, and then we draw this corner composable, which right now is just a box, but we clip it to a circle shape, which is kind of fancy that Compose can just like draw things using modifiers. Not intuitive, but pretty cool. Just give it a background, color, tell it to clip that background into circle shape, and boom, you've drawn a circle. Now what's interesting is, like, this was really easy to draw a solid circle, but like, how do you draw a circle, like a hollow circle? Like, can you use modifiers, or do you have to use a completely different path, which, I don't know. But if that is the case, you have to use a completely different path, then maybe this API is a little convoluted, needs a bit more separation of concerns. That's my critique, today's critique on Compose. Otherwise, it's a great library, but it's a little Byzantine to navigate at first until you get used to it. Anyway, so we have this detect drag gestures thing on this pointer input thing. I think we can just add that to corners as well. To this modifier here, right? Oh yeah. Oh, this is a fun comment. So I figured out what the problem is there. The lambda doesn't get updated with the new rect param when the params change, and that's because you have to pass in the dependencies. We talked about this before. Just recap. You have to pass in the dependencies to remember, so it knows, like, oh, if this dependency is changed, then recalculate our state. Like, just forget what it was and recalculate it. Start over again. So it looks like I did that, but I forgot to remove my snarky comment. Super whack. Not anymore once you figure out how Compose works. Snarky comments removed. Okay, cool. So now we have this drag gesture. We're dragging on a single corner this time. So let's we'll basically just pass the point directly. This can be a point. F. Oh, can we offset a point as well? Very cool. So I guess, yeah, since you're setting the offset, We want it to work in this same way, right? Because we're going to have to add this basically. We have this offset. Yeah, since we're going to offset this rect anyway, on bounds changed is the delta. What is this? The delta. So since we're already working with deltas here, we can just pass that directly basically. What is change? Pointer input change. Drag amount. Is this a pointer? Oh, it's an offset. All right, we'll use the, Compose had to, rewrite all these things that already exist in Android because it's, not just Android. It exists on other platforms, which may not have a pointf object, so they made their own object called offset. But basically, I think we're just gonna send the drag amount directly. Oh, but we are going to convert this? No. We're just going to send the drag amount directly. See what happens. Drag amount, and then on bounds changed. Adding this. And this is a the offset, and it goes to nothing. Unit is this, nope, that's JavaScript. Oops. That's JavaScript. Okay, so now we're telling what we're doing here. The fun part here is now that I have these corners, I also have to figure out how to, pass the delta to something like this function. On bounds change delta. So it would be great if we could just do this, but this corner has no idea what corner it is, so it doesn't know which one. So basically we know what corner it is here, so we can create a little pair, I guess. A pair of things to send in, because each callback has to be unique, unfortunately. So yeah, I think we're going to do that. And we're going to do it all at once because I'm that confident. Pair this and a lambda. Does that work? Oops, what's happening? Right. Do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, I don't think pair is not gonna. Will it? I don't know. Could it work? Maybe. It's kind of weird because it's not expecting. I don't know. Kotlin always wants you to do this format, but oh right, we have to add this and then this. Yeah, it does work. It's kind of silly, but whatever. Okay. What are we going to write here now? Now we write on bounds changed. Oh, we have to create a whole new. Yeah, this rect have to be. Oh, interesting. So how do we deal with that up here? Yeah, we have the delta, and we're just adding each rect to each other. So that's cool. That's how I already figured that I was going to have to do this, so that works fine. So we're going to create a new rect. And we're going to call onBoundsChanged with that eventually. And then this is where the magic happens. Basically, for left and top, we can call offset. For right and top, we have to do it manually. Left and bottom, we have to do it manually. Right and bottom, you have to do it manually. So it looks like we're just going to do it manually for all of these. But here's a cool thing. I'm just going to copy these, possibly, and paste them here. And then plus equals the point it dot, what is it? It is an offset, but pair doesn't know that. Okay. Offset, oops. Oops. So, it's an offset. Okay. So now we have this. We have set dot x. It's a float. And I feel like we are going to have to do some kind of conversion here, but maybe we'll do it in here so these can stay a bit simpler. Cool. And then we're also going to do the same thing for the second one, and now we just go through and fix these, right? So the left, top left corner is just going to, change those. Right top corner, add x, add y, right? Bottom left corner, left bottom, oh, it seems like, okay, these are all kind of similar. Cool. Very fun, very interesting. So I suppose I could have just, no. So you still don't know which corner it is. You pass it dot first, it dot second. Or if we wanted to be even cooler, you could dereference it right here, which is center and on bounds changed. Right, and then we can actually pass this like this. Makes it a little clearer, I think. Although it's very redundant. We can just map a corner here. No? You can't pass in a function? Yeah, that's too bad. Nope. Okay. I thought functions were supposed to be first-class citizens in Colin. Maybe there's some syntax I'm missing here. Anyway. Very redundant now, but whatever. Dereferencing, that's fun. Okay, cool. So now I think this might work. I think there's probably going to be some, maybe this should be minus. I'm guessing. Let's see, the offset is like You move over, you move left 10. That means left, move over 10. Yeah, I think that should work. Let's see what happens. There is going to have to be some DP to PX business here. Like drag them out to DP value. Okay. Let's just try putting that in there. Yeah? Is that right? Yes, I think it is. Well, we can see how wrong we are when we try this here. Okay, still drag. Nope. That's not doing anything. Well, I expected it to do at least something. Okay, so I think probably the problem is, yeah, this somewhere, I don't know. This is moving around. Anyway. Right. So we don't have 2DP for some reason in here. We do have it here. Oh, .x, right. Derp. Okay. .x to get TP value. Right. Is that going to work? Maybe. Sure. Maybe that'll work. Let's see what happens. Oh, we should probably print what the heck is happening here. Let's do that again. On bounds changed. Are we printing that here? Would be nice. Let's see. All right, let's try it. Snapshot, draggy. Where are my logs at? Okay. Huh? Okay, that's not. Okay, set state, yeah. Okay. So it is catching the drag thing. Drag offset. What now? Oh, all right. Doing this twice. Anyway, so we do have some offsets here. We convert them to DP, and that goes up here. Why is this negative? What's happening here? Did I drag it that way? Okay, I dragged it purely to the left, so yeah, it's positive. That seems right. So that should be working. But it's not. Let's see here. On changing bounds, and we want snapshot bounds, and we also want the delta. See what happens there, huh? Boop, boop, boop. Capture area. Snapshot. Drag it around. We're seeing that changed. Now it is changing, but nothing's getting passed in here. That's interesting. Oh, wrecked. What's this? Oh, that's why. That's why. Oops. Okay. This should be delta, right? Let's see if they let me swap that code out without having to rerun everything. Snapshot, draggity drag. Very cool, look at that. Okay, very cool. Now I can drag each corner. It resizes the rectangle. You know, not so bad here. Let's capture this exact thing here, save it, go back. We're going to change this to every 0.1 hours. And actually the minimum is 0.25. That's the minimum work manager thing. So we save that, close it out. Now we have that. Now we can try adding a widget and see what happens. I don't think this is quite going to work because I don't think I got the deep linking right. But we can see. Yeah. See, it does not know that this, I'm wanting to pick something. Okay. But at least we got the dragging working. Let's celebrate that. Didn't do that much changes really, right? Pretty easy. So, you know, that was because my masterful setting this up to, you know, be easy, but also compose makes things really easy for this kind of stuff. So, snapshot, editor, drag corners, resize. Cool. What?
It's a stroller tire. It's still flat.
Pump it up.
No, I tried. It doesn't work.
You have to really get it on there. Push it all the way on. You have to push it. It's like...
And then what? Lift the flap up?
Yeah. Sometimes if you push it too far,
yeah,
like it's really hard to pump, and that means it's not connected right.
Oh.
You'll figure it out. I believe in you.
No, I've already tried 5 times.
Okay. Okay. All right, we're going to take a short break. I'm going to go fix the stroller for my wife. So we'll be back in like 2 minutes. And we're back. Sorry about that. It turns out she did figure it out by herself. You know, my wife is pretty smart, so she don't need me after all. Don't tell her that though. Okay. All right. Let's. Oops. What's happening here? Okay. Indentation. Can you do it? Let's just amend that commit. Okay. Cool. So we got this wacky thing. We can drag stuff around. What else do we need, really? App is done. Completely finished. No extra polish needed. You're right. You know, one thing would be nice if you click on the widget, it would refresh immediately. Oh, this seems to be just launching something. I guess it just, if you click on the widget, just... I don't know what it's supposed to do there, but yeah, let's see if we have our widget updater. Where is our widget updater? This is why you should create separate files for things. This is why we create separate files for things. Widget updater. Yeah, see, it's in this widget provider class. Not cool, especially since the widget provider is kind of useless. We don't actually use it for anything. I guess we should, probably. Like, if it needs updating. Yeah, I just don't know what... let's see, I think you're supposed to configure it in the XML somewhere, like with update period milliseconds. Who knows how much that is? Is that like an hour or something? We have to do calculations now. Divided by 60. Divided by 1,000 milliseconds. Divided by 60 again. 24 hours? Okay. So it updates once a day. So I think that's fine. So I think in that case we will want to just kick off the old thingamajig here. How do we do that? Snapshot scheduler. We have the snapshot scheduler. Schedule snapshot ID. That's interesting. So now we have to like look up in our repo here. So we have a context already. So instead of having the updater directly, since we can't do that, we will do the repo. Home screen widget repo context. And then get home screen widget, app widget ID, blocking first, and then so that's our snapshot ID. That's our widget. Widget. And then we call the snapshot. We needed a snapshot updater, right? Or scheduler. Scheduler equals snapshot scheduler context. scheduler, schedule snapshot, widget.snapshot ID. Blah blah. So we just schedule things, and that'll kick stuff off, and maybe that will do something. Now on deleted here, that's interesting. We will need to also do this for this, right? And we'll also need to unschedule that, which, so I guess we're going to need both of these. So on deleted, I don't know what disabled is. How do you disable a widget? I've never seen that before. Anyway, so we're going to do the same thing. We get this. And we're going to deschedule, unschedule snapshot. And we're also going to remove this from the repo. .delete widget with the app widget ID. Blah blam, blah blam. So let's give them all of them at once. Okay, so unschedule snapshot. Let's make one of those. And then all we have to do here is work manager dot cancel work by cancel unique work. Yes, cancel work unique work. And this is, but you know, we need to make this into a method now. Ah, that's wrong. This keyboard shortcut never works for me for some reason. So function, and this is get work ID, worker ID. Is that what it's called? Work name. Yep. Just gotta be consistent, you know. Let me just do that. So that just unschedules that. And then we also need, what is it, delete. Delete everything. Widget IDs. Int array. Oh, jeez. No. We need a list of home screen widget IDs. We're not savages here. Okay, delete. Should be easy. We're just doing a little bit of this, same old business. Snapshots, value, map, if widget ID, if widget IDs you know what, we just snapshots value filter. And we filter by widget use contains it. If we contains it, get rid of it. Nope. What's snapshot's value? Not helpful. That's a home screen widget. Contains its widget ID. There we go. So then we just, yeah, that's easy, right? Oh, you probably have to save at some point. Wait, this is a repo? Oh, right. We're so fancy. We did the automatic saving. Very cool. Okay, so that's all you need. Delete the widgets. Maybe an empty list. That's okay. Alright, so let's save whatever we did here. I don't even remember. Basically, we added a delete, an update. Right. Hey, this was supposed to go in last time. Drag corner 3 size. So I was supposed to amend that. Okay. Okay. Now widget update widget upon system request, delete widgets and work upon system request as well. Very cool. Okay. So I'm not even going to run to test that. Do we need to run and test that? Probably not. I'm hoping not. Anyway. Okay, now we go, right. Back to what we were supposed to be doing. Figuring out how to deep link. Oh, this is annoying and boring. How dare you? How dare you, sir? Like, that's what I don't understand. We have this widgets nav host. How is it even... Like, we have a nav controller? What does that do? Where's the... Okay, we have our activity. It creates this app. Current destination, current backstack destination. What does that mean, destination? Nav destination. I don't even know. Let's just debug this and see what's going on here. Now we have the nav host. But how dare you? Oh, right. This is a to-list. List. Okay, let's just commit that. Amend that. I hit the button. Alright, let's try this again. So widgets nav host, we have these things. We have deep links in it. So let's try getting is pick. Let's see what happens there. Alright, current destination. What is it? Current backstack is nothing. It's a state, I guess. Seems to be nothing, possibly. Step over that. Current destination route. What is that? Okay. Now I don't know what's happening. Where are we now? Let's go to... Ah! Oh, wow, that took a long time. Okay. Okay, now we have a backstack entry. Arguments. Right? Inspect. Let's get that. Inspect it. Okay, I don't know what that means. Life cycle, arguments, destination. Can you just tell me what it is? Can you just give me a nice two string? Snapshots is the root. arguments. What's this button? What's this do? Ah! I don't know. Well, we'll get that soon enough. Let's step over that. So we have our current destination. There's a route, snapshots, and it has no arguments. Even though I clearly added arguments. Maybe because I have to like specify them or something. I don't know. Is pick. What is that? False. Because there are no arguments. Right? And it has no arguments. Even though I clearly gave them arguments. Did I though? Oh no, I didn't. No, that's right. It's not supposed to have arguments just launching. But it should have them when I add a widget. So let's see. We have the widget here. And debugging. Debugging. Come on, debugger. You can do it, bro. You can do it. Okay. Taking an extremely long time to launch here. Why? What's happening? Come on, man. What do we got? Are you stuck here yet? What's going on? It's got a black screen. Okay. Where are we? Let's pause. Park it. Park it. Park it in the unsafe class. Clearly doing something, but it's not doing what I want. Alright, let's try this again. Stop all this business. Alright. Let's attach to it. Let's add a widget. Still not doing anything. Just getting stuck. Classic debugger. The one time you need it to work, does not work. Just totally crapping out here. Which is really unfortunate because it's kind of what I need it to do right now. But why? Yes. Close this stupid app here. Okay. Let's try this again. Debug. Okay, it's waiting. Next time we'll not. Okay. It's got this. Yeah. Blah de blah. Yeah, we get it. Okay, we get it. Yep. You got that. Alright, you got that far. Shouldn't be that difficult. Now if we add the widget. What's happening? What is happening? It's a weird blank screen for some reason. Like, is like this a spot to stop or something? Like, I don't, what's going on? Okay, let's try this again. I'm waiting for debugger to attach. We know you can get this far. Let's try a little harder. Get to the next level here. Yeah, we got that already. What about when we add the widget? We add the widget. Come on, debugger. You can do it. No. No, it cannot. Great. Awesome. This is what kind of nice about JavaScript. You can just add a line of code called says debugger, and then like you force it to open the debugger at that point, no matter like how crappy your debugger is, and like can't attach in time or whatever. Like it'll just connect and be done with it. But yeah, this is just not working for some reason. So let's do this manually, the good old ways. Well, you know what? I could try to launch this. Well, first let's see what the crap this is. Right? URI. Cool. Let's just print that out. Launching URI. Sure. Okay, we're just gonna go normally this time. Don't care about that. Let's launch our old widget editor here. Okay, there, we open that up. Let's see what we printed. Okay, where is the URI? Launching. Didn't even print. It worked. It did not print. What is happening? Okay, we have this thing. 23 characters. We just launched our activity. Open this up. Okay. Okay. Did I do something else wrong? Like what? Why? Now it doesn't even want to. Wow, it just really wants to fight me on this. Like, you will never debug this. You will never debug anything again. Like, we have some kind of problem here? What's going on? Like, what is this? Come on, bro. This is not helpful. Okay. Let's try this again. We launched our app. We have our logs. We open our widget image. Widget added. And we freeze. Like, is the URI the problem? It worked one time. What's happening? It's not crashing or anything. It's just like, I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna stop working now. Cool. What app is this? G. What app are you, G? Did it finally do something? I don't think so. Very cool. Very normal. Building URI. And we'll just give it this. get that far. Look at this. You give up on life. Emulator. Come on, buddy. You can do it, bud. You can do it. You can run that code. I believe in you. Oh boy. It just really has some issues here. Okay, let's try this again. Add the widget. Drag the widget. Place the widget. Launch the widget. It's just really having some issues here. Like what? Why you got so many problems, dude? So launch. Not even showing any errors or anything. What's this? Unsafe intent launch violation. Interesting. Dropbox entry. Okay, what? Don't care about that. Look at this. This is crashing. Memory pressure? Oh, app widget deleted. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So something else. Something I wrote here. Not working so great. Huh? Why is it app widget deleted? Interesting. So this is a real legit crash here. Don't know why. Don't know why. I don't know what's happening here, but it did. Maybe this didn't work. I don't know. Something is very wrong there. Out of memory error somehow. Okay, well that's fun. Don't know why. We'll debug that later. For now, let's try to get back to what we were trying to do here. Let's see what was going on here, first of all. Yeah, we know you can get that far. It's a great job. Alright, so now, why is it deleting a widget when I add a new one? Makes no sense. Ah, come on. Doesn't like this either, huh? What's going on here now? There's some kind of shenanigans happening here. One thing to look into is these repos are not really thread safe. So each repo you create, like, it has its own copy of snapshots, and so we're like loading from prefs like multiple times. You don't know if one has saved to prefs, but you know the prefs haven't updated yet by the time the other one loads. So you know what ideally we're not using prefs here. A quick fix is to make snapshots static, so it's shared every instance of repo shares the same, in-memory representation, and then it only saves once. It only loads from preferences once, and that way we kind of have a copy of things going on. Did it crash again? Let's see what happened. No, it's still just kind of sitting there. What's this? Is this what happened last time? It's weird because I removed that, so shouldn't really be deleting anything now. Alright, let's try running this. Still, yeah, but when we add a new widget, it's like calling widgets deleted for some reason, which I don't understand why. We put it there. It's wild. I don't know. I think it's probably something to do with this we're like opening prefs in one. I mean, theoretically we're all running in the same thread when we load these, because it's all, widgets I think are run on the same thread. Anyway, when something bad happens like this, we probably want to check. Well, maybe we can print some logs first and see what's going on here. Right. So the widget provider. Widget IDs. Want to know when it's on update as well, and I think you have to call to content string or something. Content to string. Otherwise, we're not going to see anything. At least we can see when these are getting run, and if it's farting out when that happens. Let's see here. Got that. Delete you. Widgets. Is that a widget? Draggity drag it. Something happened on update. So update ID 22. And I guess this is where we're freezing. And it's probably because we're loading this repo. So, alright, time to fix it. Here we go. Ah, what just happened? Give me my files. Alright, so we have this repo. We're going to add this into the companion object. It's kind of a quick fix. Ideally, ideally, like I said, you're not writing your repos in. So now this is awkward because we already have an init, and we're trying to load this again. So that's awkward because now we have to basically, we have this snapshots here. So I think instead what we're going to want is to create it. But that we can do, I think. So what's interesting is you're loading from different contexts, maybe. Which could get weird. So one thing we always want to do is use app context. So that will help, hopefully. And then we'll just, I guess, this is not ideal either. Because now, like, this can be happening from all kinds of threads, I think, which is interesting. Anyway, this repo is kind of messed up. My quick hack to avoid using room, turned out to bite me in the end. And that's not surprising, really. Okay, so now every time we load, so what this needs to be is more like... So I think what we're going to need to do is lock here. To be truly thread safe, we need to lock. And what's interesting, synchronized. Oh, we can lock on things. Okay, cool. Shots lock. Okay, and that's just for loading, really. Is it? No, because we're accessing snapshots here. No, because then it'll be initialized in the next call. So here we go. Private val snapshots lock. And that's going to be an object. And then this is going to be null at first. Which is annoying because now we have all these things. But it's pretty much the only way we can do this. So snapshots equals... Can we do that? It's a val, not a var. So now this has to be a var. Now it's even more awkward. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Oops. 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 All right. Oh, thank you, Kotlin, for making this so awkward. So basically, if snapshots is null, then we do that. I guess that the better way to do this, instead of making snapshots null, is we, have it just make this repo a singleton. But it turns out singletons in Kotlin are like very annoying and hard to do. But we could do it that way too. And this is why you use Hilt, because Hilt kind of figures all this stuff out for you. Like, this is really, I just want to see if this works. If this fixes our problem here. Oh, did it run? Okay. No, it's still having the issue. We get an on update, something bad happens. Don't know how far this gets. Oh, is it this? Is it this one that's messed up? Oh, yeah, duh. Because if it's not there, if it's not in our repo, this is just going to block forever. Oops. Right. If it emits no items. But it just never will because there's no timeout here. I think you can add a timeout to blocking first. Right? Come on. Oh, where'd it go? Take me back. Blocking first, default item, no. Blocking for each. Blocking interval. Oh, you can add a timeout here. Nope. Alright, well that's definitely the danger right there. It's calling blocking first. Anywhere really. So you should not do that. So this is an observable. We want a timeout, I guess. Blocking first or null. First or error. Can we give that? Can that take a timeout? Oh my god, this is wacky. Do you take a timeout? Where is your timeout? No. Fun times. Alright. So blocking first. There's supposed to be a timeout situation here. Oh, we'll just add it. Timeout. And we will timeout after. This is really bad. Should not do this. Should probably just build this into the repo to get it immediately. Right. Let's call it get home screen widget sync. Okay. Home screen widget ID. Screen widget. And this is is going to be so we return get home screen widget. And then we blocking first or error, blocking last, blocking. We got a timeout. Take a duration. No. Timeout. Basically, this should happen very quickly. Now, this is a terrible way to write code. See, this is filtering. This is sending an optional, right? See, I never considered the fact, because this is like subscribing to widgets. So like if one shows up in the future, then we let them know. But if you just want to get the one that's there already, and if it's not there, give up. Well, that's a whole different ball game, I think. So instead of timeout, it should really be like you would kind of instead of mapping optional, you filter by ID, I guess, or you just throw if it's not there, or you return null. Yeah, so we don't want this. Get home screen widget now. Or null, and so this is now a map, and we just return this. But I think RxJava doesn't allow nulls, so you do have to give an optional, and this would be a single, or this would be a maybe. Flat map, maybe, sure. Widget, or yeah. Okay. And then return return at if widget is null. Maybe dot never? Is that what I did? You should just know this. Else maybe dot just the widget. Thank you. Flat map, maybe. Wait, what? All right, by the way, that whole this whole business is probably not what we wanted. So we're going to do some fancy committing here. What's happening here? Type mismatch. Required maybe found observable. That's not right. We need last. You just get value last. At first. I don't know if it's first or last. I mean, this is a behavior subject, so it only remembers one. It's really just want value. Yep. Goal just snapshots value, and then map to a maybe. Kind of a silly way to do it, but that works. Oh, and actually this is not, we don't want this, we want this blocking. Right, so we're just going to do this instead. We're just going to do dot find on the value. Okay. So that gets it immediately. We need to think about this a bit harder. Null. Widget not equal null. Then we do this stuff. Same with this. Right, okay. Don't need this sync. That's silly. Okay. We have a sync version and a not sync version. Yeah, okay. Cool. So now we have that. Do we do this in other places too? I think we do. Which is generally bad. Oh, no we don't. Well, not for this. We do it here. Somewhere. We do it in snapshot scheduler probably. See, blocking first. Basically never use blocking first. Right? Or null. And then we're gonna add the same thing to that. Create this. Cool. Going to remove that. This is actually a snapshot. ID equals ID. Same old thing. Sync version. Cool, great job. Very nice. Okay. So now I think if we try this. All right. equals null. Log error. Snapshot. Schedule. Alright, now we need a tag. Scheduler. And then we return here. Okay, now let's try it. See if we can get past this now. Seem to be loading things just fine. Now we add the widget. There we go. Look at that. Click something and it does not. Okay. Now we're back to this problem, which we originally set out to do after having to go through all that garbage. Alright, so we added sync stuff. We are not going to commit all this tomfoolery that we did with this stuff, right? We're not going to add that. We're not going to add this. We're not going to add this. What's going on with that? That should be the same. Application context. Oh, whoops. Okay. We're just going to unstage this whole thing and then add only the parts we need, which are very little. All right, we will not do that. We'll add this. We'll add this one. Basically, we'll add this get home screen widget or null. Stage lines. And we don't need any of this other stuff. That's all garbage. Okay, cool. We will commit that. Fix blocking freeze widgets when trying to delete a widget that doesn't exist. That means adding synchronous methods to the repos instead of blocking. Blocking first, which is a very bad idea. Alright, and this, we're going to stash this because don't need it. Not so great. Ba-bam. Alright, cool. So now I think there's one little issue here. We don't need this anymore. We will amend last commit. Make sure that's the only difference. Right, okay, cool. All right. Okay, so we got that working now. Now, what we need to do is figure out why this destinations thing is not working. I already have all my debug things set up, so I'm just going to debug this. Launches, waiting for debugger. Yeah, we get it. We get it, you're waiting for the debugger. Cool. Very cool. Come on. Very cool. Keep going. Alright, now we try to add our widget. Ba-bam. Yes. So what do we have? This URI here. Widget anything. Oh. Well, that's clearly... Is it? No. Okay. From parts, but it's not... It's like... That's weird. That doesn't seem right to me. What's the SSP here? Decoded. Okay, so that is the decoded. Seems right. Now what do we have? Current destination null, which is wrong. Okay, current destination is route snapshots, arguments, none. It's like arguments, we don't need those. Deep links. It has 2 deep links in here, which is strange. Okay. Android app, Android navigation snapshots. That does not seem correct. Okay. Well, then we accept all this stuff too. Cool. Interesting. Do we have arguments here? No. Oh boy. Okay. This is, oh my god. It'd be really great if there was some consistent documentation here. Like actually made any kind of sense. Yeah, we got all these work managers going now. What are we? Where are we? Jetpack compose. We have this URI pattern. Doesn't seem to matter. Slash checking. See, look, they even have... Okay. Argument. Count type arg. Okay. So they're using slashes. Let's try that. I don't think that's going to do anything, but... we can make 2 deep links, maybe? /arg is pick, yes. And then this configure activity. Don't need true anymore. What? Okay. Yeah, no. We're doing something else now. Kind of silly, but okay. Try that, I guess. Oh, we have to add it also here, I think. Do we? I don't know. I feel like it should just capture everything here. But maybe not. Need to look up my intent filters. Or we could look up what they did on this guy here. So they have Android manifest. Yeah, it's just the host. And then they parse the args after that. Seems like it should work. Come on. Add it in there. Nope. See, my suspicion is there's some kind of special trick that you need to do to get this thing to launch correctly. Let's see here. What's going on? Right, so they have this, but like, are they ever going to launch with that? Let's see. Root. So the deep links. We have this. Deep links. Yeah, what does this mean? Like, how do you navigate to that? That's what I don't understand. Arguments. Oh, maybe I need to add the arguments there. Let's see. Widget nav host arguments. Arguments. Maybe that makes a difference somehow. Okay. Oh, it's not a bool type. It's a this is an argument? I don't know. Something. Is that how these works? ID pick, sure. Bool type. Let's call it string type. And of course, there's no actual checking on, you know, if what you're doing is makes sense. Okay, and then is pick, pick, I guess. I don't know. See if that does anything differently. I give a way to debug it somehow. Let's send this data. Cool. Let's try that. Okay. Yeah. Did it run or what? I don't know what's going on. Oh, now it's just crashing at least. Getting somewhere here. What do we got here? Ooh, what's this? Ooh, what's going on now? Deep link. Requirements are missing. How do you make them optional requirements, bro? Can we make this optional or something? No. Nav argument. Type is nullable. Default value. Nav argument builder. Nav argument is nullable. Yeah, no. Okay. Apply builder build. Ugh. Okay, named nav argument. Is there an optional nav argument? No. Let's look it up here because I feel like there's some fancy syntax that I'm not going to tell you about. Compose optional arguments. Oh, right, it has to be a param or something. Optional arguments. They must be included using query parameter syntax. Very obnoxious. Nav argument. Oh, yeah. Okay, interesting. Oops. That didn't work. Default value. Value is going to be list, I guess. Oh, I see. We already have this. Okay. I don't know what's going on here. Default value is list. Maybe that'll help or something. I don't know. See what happens. This is the most confusing API. It's not well explained at all. Okay, so that did something. Let's see what happens here. Nope, did not work. The default value is list, and also that's the only thing that's showing up. Let's see why. Let's add a widget. Yeah, we get that. So it's /pick whatever over that. Just pick a list because that's the default and it just cannot figure out. Huh. Why do we have a, can we go to our widgets nav host here and see what's going on with this, or even before that? No. What's this? Widget nav host. Yeah, here we go. What's our current destination? We don't have that. Evaluate. Yeah, okay. Isn't that great? We send the URI. Current destination is null. Current destination is snapshots. And arguments. Yes, look. Pick. It's right there. It's right freaking there. So it does have the arguments. It does have the arguments. So the real problem is, why isn't it getting through there? Oh no. This is the arguments. Like, how are you getting this? How are you getting this? Makes no sense. It's not getting passed in. Current destination, arguments. Yeah, but how do you get the... How do they get this destination? That's... Like, where did you find this? How did you parse this from the activity? Current backstack. Pick equals list. Wrong. Yeah, just not getting the arguments. It's very obnoxious. Okay. I don't know what's happening here. We have this nav argument here. We're passing it in. We're passing it in here. Yeah, I mean, is this wrong? Are we setting the data wrong? Can we try it with ADB? What's that thing we had? This one. Okay, let's try this. Widget anything. Do we need // Where's the test? Not helpful. Where's the test? Yes, we need the // snapshots pick. Aha! That worked. I think it's the way I'm constructing this URI. It's like encoding these things as which doesn't make any sense. doesn't make any sense whatsoever. All right. Okay, I do not know why this doesn't work. We are going to do the old URI equals URI parse. For some reason, maybe that will work better. All right, we said we should, use these. This is going to be pick. See if this happens. This works. Right, that's the list. What would I do? Add a widget. Drag it in. What was this? Pick Google. Yes! There we go.
Sorry, I don't understand.
We know you don't Google. Alright. So that worked. It was all because of this URI from parts thing. Decides to decode this, or encode this, which makes no sense because, then you'd never be able to add. Okay. URI is a whole messed up class that has a lot of other problems too, but anyway, all better now. Cool, that works now. Great job. I guess we'll just commit this even though it's really trash code right now. Widget picker to work. And now the problem is that it's not loading. So let's see why that's happening. Oh, look, it broke. X plus width must be bitmap width. Oh, right. Yes, okay, interesting. Okay. So we need the width plus the X, I guess. Okay, that will make sure that. Now, of course, the real problem is that should have been fine, and because my rectangle was smaller than the web page selection. I think the issue is probably somewhere around I'm guessing it's somewhere around the DP to pixel conversion. Because who knows what's going on there. It's so weird. Right, so let's see. Let's just make this a little smaller. Just in case. Save, go back. Well, this should run again maybe at some point. Right now we'll just remove it. Add it. Pick that one. And it loaded. Look at that. Interesting. So it seems to be offset for some reason. I think this is about the size of what the rectangle I drew, right? But it seems to be offset, so I think there's some missing thing. Oh, you know what it is? I think I'm drawing, when we're drawing the crop rectangle, we're using absolute coordinates or something. It needs, something like that. Anyway, getting close. We now have web pages as widgets on our home screen, which is pretty neat. I don't know what's with all this padding. Let's just fix that real quick. That's weird. Let me see what's going on here. Look at all this padding. You don't need padding, bro. Why is this a linear layout? Wait, what is this? Oh, this is configured. We don't even use that. Theme. Let's see. Let me guess. Adding padding for no reason. We do not want padding there. Adding style twice, which is weird. Okay, it's gonna go again. Didn't do anything. When you click it, nothing happens. So we're gonna make it, when you click it, it will refresh immediately. I think that's probably the best interaction there, instead of like changing it or something. Like if you want to change it, you just gotta delete it and start over. Anyway, so thanks for watching. We got pretty far here. We got our snapshotting to screen to the home screen widget working. Fixed a lot of bugs. Thanks for sitting through all the bug fixing. It's not very glamorous, but it is the majority of programming in real life. So that's a real life experience for you right there. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, because next time we are going to make this work with Wear OS and sending a screenshot of a website to your smartwatch, so you can just quickly get information on your smartwatch that may not be exposed in any other way in apps or whatever. So make any website into a tile for your smartwatch. Thanks so much for watching.